Hello, parents out there. I'm Namali Negeru in our program Parenting as a Sacred Purpose, and today again I've come to discuss with you as parents to find out what are these things affecting our parenting. Why is parenting becoming a challenge today? So today we want to look at what they call trauma or trauma. How is trauma affecting our parenting? If I say trauma, many parents might ask, I don't have that. But most of us actually have it. And when I say trauma, it may not be a physical wound. Most times, actually, they are psychological wounds. When I say psychological wounds, these are experiences that our parents experienced in their childhood for a very long time. And as they have grown, they have kept on fighting them. They make them feel irritated, they make them feel out of place. And so when situations come and they connect back to that same event, that experience that they underwent through, it makes them feel charged. It makes them feel restless. It makes them feel pissed. Those traumas can be maybe, for example, poverty, extreme poverty or poverty. It can be racism. It can be bullying at school. It can be even caning. It can be domestic violence that you used to see at home. And they kind of would disturb your mind because you're young, you don't know how to go over them, you don't know how to deal with them. But as you grow, you let it go like that, but unsolved. It remains a wound in your minds, and you figure out how to overcome it in a long run, but you fail to solve it actually. So those wounds are the ones that turned up to be trauma actually in our lives. So most parents have that challenge. Because you were told you are poor, and some of our parents said these things, they did not understand the weight they were going to carry. For example, they send you to school and they say, we are the poor ones, go and work hard. We are very poor, we can't even afford this. Your mother or your father keeps on saying, oh, it's poverty, I can't even afford this. Then as you're playing, they throw it in your face. You are at school, you're the one they are sending fees all the time. Time for buying breakfast, you're the one who is lacking. You see that? So they keep on piling, you keep on connecting, and you feel, oh, this is too much for us. We are the poor ones, you're the poor ones. But because of that situation, you work hard. When you work hard, you change even the status, you change the situation. But there is that pain that keeps on saying, they used to look at me like the poor one. So when any small challenge that comes in your life when you're an adult, and especially when they throw it to your child, it kind of makes the wound fresh. I can give an example. You find a parent pissed. Why did they send my child at school? I was going to pay that money. You're torturing my child. Actually, they are not torturing your child. They are torturing you. You still have that wound. It's still fresh to you. The child may not feel that heaviness that you as a parent you're feeling. But because you're still not yet healed, it to you now, it is now even a torture. Now, for you to appreciate a bad situation, to see the good out of it, that's what they call healing. Some healing, actually, the spiritual healing, they need God. So, if you want to begin changing your parenting, to use that situation to help your child, first sit down and see what are the good things that came out of that. When they told you were poor, didn't make you work hard to change their life? Yes. But now, as a parent, for you now has learned the effect. Yours is to say, not, don't use that word when you're speaking to your child. Tell them, work hard. My child, I'm looking for fees, go to school, work hard. You see, I also once passed in that situation, but see where I am. That way you will have helped your child. So you sometimes we deal with things that we don't know, and because we don't know, we repeat the same mistakes. Then when you say, since I suffered, I'm going to make sure I give my child everything easily, again you will spoil things. This is why you find a parent saying, whatever my child asks, I give, because I know what I went through. But you know, when you make your child's life so easy that way, that whatever they ask, you give, you're also teaching them to have life easily, which is not true. For you, you worked hard, but how are you going to help your child work hard? It means if they ask today something, you can tell them, wait, I will work, I will provide it. But also you can tell them, I will not provide that. It's not healthy for you, or it's not good for you, or you cannot have that at this stage. It means you are using your experience to help your child. But when you say, whatever my child asks for, I will give, because I know where I passed. I don't want my child to go through that same torture. You are going to make that child easily get used to get things, but also you're not going to help your child to work hard, because the truth is that naturally how human beings are made, we are meant to work to earn what we get. So if you don't train your child that you can want something, but also you have to be patient and work to get it, you will spoil your own child. What you will have worked hard for to get, the child may not work hard to get it. In fact, if you don't train your child to learn to be patient and not to easily have things whenever they want them, and not to be irritated with any small thing they say to them, then they will find the world very hard for them. So, as a parent, look back into your life. What are these situations that when they speak about them, or when they speak it to your child, it makes you restless, it gets you so pissed, it takes away, it makes your whole body feel irritated? It means you're not healed. You're not healed, and since you're not healed, you're not going to help well your child. That's why I tell most parents, if you're a parent and you get so much pissed, if you are this parent when they speak a small thing, you get so annoyed, or you over pamper your child so much, then you have a situation you're fighting with as a parent personally, but you are not realizing that that situation is going to destroy your child, and you'll do it unknowingly. So let us look at these situations. If you need help, you can go for counseling, but also you can try praying. Me, one thing I've known, situations like trauma, they are spiritual. Because remember, this is a situation you underwent through when you're young. For you to go back in that area, in that situation, and see the sense out of it, you need God. You need God. Because in healing is going back to that situation and not judge it in a negative way, but see what else good thing did I learn from this. Okay, if my parent did this to me, I should not do this to my child, but how can I use something close to that to help my child? Because I've also known that our parents didn't intend it to hurt us. When they would say, you don't fight hard to overcome the poverty we have in our home here. For them, they say it thinking they're empowering you, they are guiding you, they are strengthening you to see the problem. But some of us took it in a wrong way, because They kept on saying it to us, and at school they were laughing at us, and in the community they were laughing at us. So it ended up being a negative situation that disturbed us at the end of the day. But for you now, you ask yourself, if you've known that effect, how best can you deliver the message without hurting others? Otherwise, have a nice Sunday. God bless you.